Welcome back to the deep dive. We've got an interesting piece you sent over, focusing on something that sounds, well, pretty basic in fitness.
Yeah, it does seem basic, but it's surprisingly often missed. We're talking about tracking your workouts.
Right, specifically the weights, the reps. The article makes it sound like not doing this is a major error.
It really is. Our mission today is to dig into why this tracking is so critical, why skipping it could mean wasted gym time, basically.
Okay, let's jump in. The source is pretty blunt. It says a huge mistake is simply, quote, not tracking. It kind of suggests just showing up isn't really cutting it.
Mm-hmm. Because showing up is step one, but progress. That needs something more.
And that something more is related to how our bodies actually get stronger.
Exactly. It hinges on a principle called progressive overload. The article touches on this.
Progressive overload.
Yeah, it's the idea that you need to gradually increase the demand on your muscles over time. That's what forces them to adapt, get bigger or stronger.
Makes sense. If I just lift the same 20-pound dumbbell forever, I won't suddenly get huge biceps, right?
Precisely. Your body gets efficient at handling that specific load. It needs a new challenge.
And that's where tracking fits in.
Well,
got it.
how do you know you're increasing the challenge if you don't remember what you did last time?
Ah, okay. Memory's faulty.
Totally. You think you lifted more or did more reps, but did you? Without writing it down the weight, the reps, you're kind of just guessing.
It's like trying to save money without actually looking at your bank account. You just hope it's going up.
That's a great analogy, yeah. You need the data. The article really stresses this. No data equals guesswork.
And guesswork in fitness doesn't lead to reliable results.
Rarely. You might feel tired, feel like you had a hard workout, but was it progressively harder than the last one? That's the real question for, actual physical change.
So the article draws a direct line. If you're not tracking, your progress is likely going to stall out.
Hmm. It's not just about effort, it's about directed effort, smart effort, incrementally asking more of your body. Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's say someone tracks their squats. Last week, 200 pounds for 5 reps. This week, they know the target. Maybe it's 205 for 5.
Or maybe 200 for 6 reps.
Exactly. That small intentional increase, that's the stimulus for growth. Without tracking that 200 for 5, this week is just, well, lifting some weight. It's vague.
Right. And for everyone listening, this doesn't have to be super complicated, does it?
Not at all. Seriously, a simple notebook or even notes on your phone. Just log the key lifts, exercise weight, reps, maybe sets. That's it.
Simple but powerful.
Incredibly.
Mm.
Because suddenly you have objective feedback. You're not just relying on how you feel. You can actually see the numbers going up over weeks or months.
That must be motivating too.
Hugely. And it also helps you troubleshoot. If the numbers aren't going up, maybe you need to look at your sleep or your nutrition or maybe change the exercise.
Okay, so let's try and summarize the core message from this piece.
Go for it. Basically, the article argues that failing to track your workouts, the weights, the reps, the sets, cuts you off from effectively using progressive overload.
Mm-hmm.
And since progressive overload is like the fundamental engine for getting fitter or stronger,
Yeah, the absolute key.
not tracking means you're probably leaving results on the table. You're relying on luck more than strategy.
That sums it up perfectly. Think about any skill or goal where you want real improvement. You measure it somehow, right? You track it. Fitness isn't any different.
Definitely gives you something to think about.
Yeah.
So here's a final thought for you listening. What if this week you just pick one main exercise you do, just one,
Mm-hmm. Keep it simple.
and you diligently track the weight and reps for every set you do of that exercise? Just see how having that concrete number changes how you think about your next session.
How it shifts your focus from just doing the work to making progress. It might be a small change,
Yes.
but it could really reframe your whole approach.